I'm going to show you how to take a lady's skirt and make two girls' aprons. Now this apron is the front of a skirt, so I took out the zipper and I'm just going to sew this all together because I needed this for the bib of the apron. And then I can put a pocket right here. For turning the straps, you could do it this way. I don't like this method. It takes too long. You could spend a long time turning and pulling to get your strap out. There is a better way, and I'm going to show you a better way that's a lot faster. Here's a great tool that you can use to turn it. A bodkin. It has little teeth. Just drop it inside a little ways. Don't let it fall all the way through. And then have the fabric, fold it over, and then hold it in its teeth. Grab it, slide the little bead up, and it closes the teeth. And then you can feel the bodkin. It has a rounded end on. You can slide it all the way through your strap till you come out the other side. Just about at the end. So then you grab it, and then you can easily slip the rest of it through, and so you haven't wasted an hour of your time turning a skinny strap. This bodkin tool is very, very useful. It's a child's apron that I'm working on. This came from one of my skirts. This is the center front of the skirt. There was a pleat here that was no, actually this is the back of the skirt. There was a split. I just sewed that together. Borrowed the pocket from another pair of pants. I've accented it with some fabric. That also came from a pant leg, this strap. And I used 2/3 of calico fabric to make a ribbon. This is to make a ruffle. It's not, I just have it laying there. I don't have it pinned yet or gathered or anything. And out of 2/3 of fabric, I got this trim, and I'm going to have a strap and another strap, and then the ruffle that goes around, which is going to be a pretty full ruffle. Right now I'm trying to decide if I need to round these corners up a little bit more, if it would look cuter with a little bit more rounded instead of kind of squarish. So once I decide, then I'll make that adjustment. But yeah, with one lady's skirt you can make two children's aprons. This is the back of the skirt, although I did borrow the pocket from another project, I think it was a pair of capris I stole the pocket off of because I like the finished edge and I just wanted to accent it. This is so they can put like the foam, their gloves, or whatever. It's for working around the farm. I'm sewing this by request for somebody. Yes, I do sew for people, and I ship to wherever they live. Come out the other end. If I was to just fold this over, I would have this little thing sticking out, so I don't want that. So I'm going to cut that off, tuck that in, and fold this over twice so that I have a finished end. You know what? I'm always looking for shortcuts. I got the beginning and the end pinned, and the rest of it's just straight. So I'm just going to go to the sewing machine, and I'm just going to fold it over as I go. Save me the time of pinning. So I can just fold it manually. Saves me time from having to do any pinning. Okay, I'm coming down to the end where I'm almost finished. There I have pins. I can sew over the pins, but I'm just going to pull them out as I go. Because these pins aren't very big, so I can sew on them, but I just want to save myself the trouble. I'm probably going to go through an extra effort to pull them out later. I'll just go ahead and do that right now. Okay, our ruffle is ready. We are ready to put the basting stitches on. And we're going to put the basting stitches on the straight side, not the curved side. Because this is the straight side is the part that's going to be attached to the apron. We want 2 basting stitches, so we use our largest stitch, and they're going to be 2 rows of stitches close together. You want a nice long tail, and we just sew them. This first one I'm going to sew it pretty close to where the seam is, and the next one will be just next to it. Doesn't matter which side you sew on, front or back. Sewing the second row of stitches, basting stitch, a very long stitch. I start applying the ruffle. Get out of here, cat. Why do cats always have to get in the middle of whatever it is you're doing? I pin the ruffle on the waistline, and then I match up the center of the ruffle to the center of the skirt, so that I know that I've divided the ruffle in half. Then I start pulling my basting threads, which gathers the fabric, and I just keep working it until I get the length of the ruffle to match the length of the curve around from the waist to the center of the skirt of the apron. It is a bit of tug-of-war, pulling and adjusting and pulling and adjusting until you get it just so. You want to make sure that you don't have too much fabric in one place. So it's kind of a back and forth sort of a deal. It's easier to do it this way than to use a million pins. Plus, it's with less pins, it's easier to sew over it. This style of a ruffle is kind of become my favorite style of a ruffle, where it's completely finished on both sides, and then it's gathered and it's sewn on top of the fabric. And because I didn't want to sew it to the denim and then fold the denim over, and then it would be really thick because you have lightweight cotton as opposed to the heavyweight denim, and so it just it makes more sense to add it on top, and it just adds an extra style, which I really like. To me, I consider this a retro style of a ruffle, and it goes nicely around the curves. Okay, you can see I'm wrapping the thread around the needle, which holds it, and my cat has to keep interrupting. They always manage to sneak into my videos. We repeat the same process on the other half of the apron. I've already gathered it here, so I'm just pinning it in place. Then we'll take it to the sewing machine. We'll sew it up, pull out the pins, and the ruffle will be done. The last thing to do is to monogram the pockets and add applique if desired. You can choose any accent color fabric that you want. You just need 2/3 of a yard. With this one lady skirt, I made 2 girls' aprons. The pockets are already appliqued, monogrammed, and the top stitching is done. All my sewing projects are cat approved. I hope you enjoyed this fun project. Please subscribe to see more projects like this, and thank you for watching.